Whether you're serious about data science or just want to level up your Excel data manipulation, Python is one of the top programming language of choice. Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I'll be showing you a beginner-friendly tutorial on how to get started with Python. First thing you'll need is an IDE or an integrated development environment. There are tons of choices like Visual Studio Code, PyCharms, Jupyter Notebook, etc. The one that I totally recommend, especially for beginners, is the Google Colab, which is an excellent choice for the entry-level developer or a non-programmer who just wants to get started fast without having to install any software. It's also a great idea to use if you want to collaborate or share your notebook with others. I'll go ahead and put the link on your screen as well as in the description down below. Once you have created your notebook, you can go ahead and rename your notebook. I will call mine Python tutorial. Next, if you don't see this section here, go ahead and click on code. It's going to create that for you. Next, we're going to need some sample data. So I have a sample data called the New York City job posting. And originally it was one file that I split into two files. And you'll notice that in both files, column A has the same header, which is job ID. And I'll show you later why that is important. To upload the files to Google Colab, go ahead and click on the folder icon. And you can either use the sample data or upload your own. In our case, I'll be uploading the two files. So go ahead and select your files, click, drag and drop your files onto your browser. You'll get a pop-up saying, reminder, uploaded files will get deleted when this runtime is recycled. Go ahead and click OK. This means that when you exit your browser, the files will no longer be saved. If you want to save that to your Google Drive, you can do that and link it to Google Colabs using the icon over here. All right, first thing we need is to import pandas. And basically, pandas is a tool that helps us analyze and manipulate our data. So we'll go ahead and type in import pandas as PD. Second, we need to set our variables to define where our files are. And this can help us save a lot of time in the end. Instead of always having to type out the file path location, we can just refer to this variable. Let's go ahead and type in df1 equals pd.read underscore CSV, because our first file is a CSV. Open up our parentheses and in single quotes. You can either use single quotes or double quotes. Remember, it is to be consistent throughout your code. If you're using single quotes, use single quotes throughout your code. Then we'll need the file path location. So on the left-hand side, we'll go ahead and right-click on your first file and copy path. Paste it into our code. And then we'll go ahead and copy this and paste it for our second variable. We'll just update a few things from df1 to df2, and then from read CSV to read Excel. Then we'll also have to update our file name, which is nycjobs2, and the extension is xlsx. And to ensure that Python can read these successfully, we'll go ahead and do a print command. And we'll type in our first variable. We'll go ahead and run this. And you can see that it displayed properly. So with the agency, posting type, number of postings, etc. And our second file, that also worked as well. We have the full-time, part-time, salary range, etc. And to merge our files, we can go ahead and type in result as our new variable equals, and we're going to do df1.merge. Inside your parentheses, we're going to type in df2, because that's the file that we want to merge with. And comma, we're going to type in on equals, inside your single quotes, we want the column header name that we want to merge with. And if you remember correctly, in both files, there was one column that was the same, and that's the job IDs. And that's the column that we need in all the files if we want to merge multiple files together. So go ahead and type in job ID, and then comma, how equals inside single quotes, we want to type in outer. And basically the outer merge combines all the rows from the left and right data frames with a nan when there are no matched values in the row. And basically what NaN is, NaN, stands for not a number, and it's another way to represent the missing value in your data. So now we'll go ahead and print the result and see if the merge was successful. And you can see that it did combine both files together. Excellent. And if we want to export this to a file, we can do that as well. We'll type in result.to_CSV, or the file that you want to, or the file extension that you want to export to. And inside your parentheses, we're going to type in a single quote and the file name and extension. So we'll type in nyc.csv. So let's go ahead and run this. That worked. We'll go ahead and refresh the folder, and we can see our file here. So we'll go ahead and right click and download. And we'll just open it up. All right, once that opened up, we can go ahead and copy a job ID, and we'll look at the posting date, which is 8/11/2022. So let's go ahead on the second file, and we'll go ahead and search for this posting. And we can see that it was indeed posted on 8/11/2022, and the salary ranges from $39,096 to $48,557. Go back to our file, we can see it's $39,096 to $48,557. Perfect. And another thing you'll notice is column A, there's a bunch of numbers in sequence. This is called the index column. And if you don't want this in your file, we can always update our code to exclude it. So go back to our code. At the end where we type in the file name, we'll go ahead and type in a comma. We'll type index equals false. And then we will run this code. And that was successful. Let's go ahead and double click. And you'll notice that the index column is no longer there. Now let's take this one step further. Let's say you want to sort your data set. We can easily achieve that by typing sort as our new variable equals, we're going to type in our result variable dot sort underscore values inside parentheses and single quotes again. We'll pick the column header. In this case, let's pick job ID. And we also need to update our last line from result.tocsv to sort._CSV. Now let's go ahead and run this. Double click and we'll open this up. And yes, it is sorted. We can also pick other columns as well. Let's pick agency. So go ahead and type in agency. And let's run this code. Yep, as you can see, it's sorted alphabetically. So you can sort this by any column using the column header ID. All right, and that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you found this useful and gave you a lot more insight on how you can get started with Python as well. Until next time, see you later.